I almost didn't publish this YouTube video because there's 7 AI tools out there that I don't see a lot of other people talking about, and I kind of wanted to keep them for myself. But that's the kind of gatekeeping I hate, so here they are. And this first one I found a few weeks ago, and it was super helpful in explaining a slightly complex SEO theory to a client, and it worked a dream. Now, don't be fooled by this first tool. It looks like a simple note-taking app, but it's not that at all. So you can put text into this screen, give it a title, call this one how to do keyword research, simple SEO task. But the cool thing is we can transform this into some really nice visuals. So you can select areas of text on the left hand side here, each chunk of text really, hit this blue lightning button and it's going to create cool hand-drawn visuals. You can choose several different styles. It comes up slightly different each time, but you can go back and forth between them, dig in, change the colors, and even go in the top right here and change the styles. But you could see you could go through a whole section of an article or a piece of text and build out visuals to complement what you're trying to do, whether that's for a presentation or even just adding things into blog posts, email newsletters and stuff. You can get really nice, quickly designed visuals for whatever you're working on. And what's cool about it as well is you can actually draft things with AI. So you don't even have to have text. You could start with a completely blank page and just start using things in a more vibe way. It's going to be able to create the text for you. So it's almost like you could write a whole document presentation and then add your visuals to it almost automatically. So we can lock this one in and then we can actually go and edit it further. So if you don't like some of the text, you can edit the text really easily. And if you want to keep up to date with all the good AI tools like this, then I write a weekly newsletter called Shiny Objects, best stuff from AI, marketing, online business. And you can get started below with this free AI marketing prompt chest with over 90 prompts in there that's free. There's a link in the description to grab that and sign up for my email newsletter. So that's Napkin.ai, great for turning messy ideas into real life visuals. Now, if you want something more sophisticated to actually bring your ideas to life, then Magic Patterns is the place to start. This is a place to build anything. It's almost a cross between a vibe coding platform and Figma, and you can actually import designs from Figma. You could import whole websites, or you can recreate screenshots, or you could just ask it to build anything, whether that's designing a particular UX for your app or idea, or a particular component for whatever you're trying to create. So we could even say something like create a LinkedIn clone, and it's going to start mapping out and prototyping the framework for your web app or your phone app or whatever it is you're trying to building. It's actually going to start building the UX of whatever it is. Now, while this builds, you might be thinking, oh, I can do this in other vibe coding platforms, which is true. Like Lovable, you could build whole apps in there. But Magic Patterns really focuses on design and UX rather than building out whole apps. It's actually great for teams to accelerate the development of particular areas of their vision. And this has finished working in a couple of minutes. It's even got the LinkedIn logo in here. But we've got a responsive UX design for the page of our app or website or whatever it is that we're building that we can actually start using it. You can even click into things and it's got dummy data in there. So you can really bring a prototype or an idea to life very quickly. You can also work in the canvas mode, which gives you access to use multiple designs in one canvas and build it out similar to how you would use something like Figma. So you could actually get all your screens built out in one canvas. Oh, we've got multiple in here now, and have them all nicely built out into the wireframe of your website or prototyped very, very quickly. That's pretty cool. Now, if you're building tools like this and you constantly need to be searching out information and data, or you just want to find accurate sources of information, then Exa is a great place to start. I find a lot of AI platforms actually don't do a very good job of searching. They hallucinate, make up data, use dead links, and just generally don't do a good job. Exa is something different. It's search built for AI, and you can use it through an API if you want to build this into one of your apps or whatever you're building, or you can use it manually yourself. You can see here we can find anything from the main homepage, or we can go into its actual search engine as well and start searching here. So we could say something like, who are the biggest holders of Bitcoin in 2025? And it's going to work like you'd imagine a search engine would, except we're not greeted with loads of Google links and excess features and everything. We're actually just given decent research from the web. It's the 10 blue links that we're used to seeing in search, but it can do fast, it can do neural, it can do hybrid, it can do deep searches, but you can filter and look at different categories as well. So you can look at company information, you can look at news, paper, GitHubs. We could just simplify it down to I just want blog posts. We could even go LinkedIn profiles, or we can actually remove listicles. If you said, like, I don't want top 10 best of lists and sales guides, we can get rid of that. So it's actually way more flexible than what we're used to for search engines. There's web sets as well, which is pretty cool. If you're looking to find enriched lists of data, then this is great. You can use it to find lists of people, company, research, papers, articles, anything else. And you can see here, it actually could build out, look, if you're looking for full stack engineers in SF that are great at design and have worked at an AI startup, you can use this AI powered search engine to start finding these people, getting lists, their position, enriched data with GitHub's URLs to their LinkedIn, graduation dates. You can set it by different criterias and even get results verified by AI agents. Plus, as I mentioned, if you want to build this into your applications, if you want detailed, accurate search in your apps, then you can use Webset's API to pull that data through as well. Now, that's a great way to find accurate information fast. But if you want to work less hard, if you want to work 4 times less hard, then you want to start using something called Whispr Flow. This is a dictation app that is 4 times faster than typing. We can actually just jump straight into its demo mode here with this try flow button, or you can download it on your Mac, you can download it on your phone. You can either hit start or hit the control button and start speaking. Hey, can we catch up tomorrow at 9 a.m.? I just want to go over the potential pitfalls we have before our client meeting tomorrow, and let's go through a list of different objectives that we want to achieve through the day as well. So you can dictate straight into this, and it's actually going to give you a nice output. It'll work across all your apps, like whether it's email or WhatsApp or anything. And actually, compared to dictation on a phone or something, it puts the right punctuation in. If you say things twice, trip over your words, don't quite make sense, the AI will automatically write it in a way that would make sense. So it looks as if I've typed it out, but it's come out beautifully like magic. And speaking of magic, if you want a way to whiz up presentations really quickly, then Gamma is your go-to app. You can see here, you can either create from blank or you can start creating with AI from templates. But as you can imagine, we can go from one-line prompts into presentations really quickly, or we can put our own text in there. Presentations, web pages, documents, social media posts. We can try one of these test ones out here. Let's say proposal for local SEO services for an accountant. And we can get it to start generating our outline. At the top here, you'll see you can actually change out how many cards or how long you want your presentation to be, the page style here, and obviously language as well there. So you can see we've built our outline, and we could go and edit this and actually put in more information, or if we had our own stats, we could go and put that in there and actually decide the amount of text we want per card. So let's up it to detail, and we can start to choose our visuals and our themes. We go for this title one here. We could actually use AI generated images. What's cool is we can pull from stock like Unsplash, that's completely free. Web images if you just wanted to search for images, or you might run into copyright issues. As we said, AI generated illustrations from pictographic and animated GIFs as well. Let's stick with AI generated images, and we can even choose our AI model in there as well. And actually an image style as well. We'll go for line art. And you see very quickly it starts writing things out and building our presentation in front of us. And it's actually done a really good job. I mean, obviously these case studies are made up, but we could easily put our own information in there really quickly. But in terms of the generic boilerplate information about how local SEO works, it's kind of done a really good job very, very quickly. What did that take us? Not more than 2 minutes to actually build this presentation out, put our details in there, maybe put our company logo on, switch out the colors for our brand colors, which you could set at the start as well. And boom, we're ready to go. We can even hit present mode, and we've got a ready-made presentation, which flows really nicely actually through. If we were presenting on screen or we were presenting on a Google call, we can scroll through this really nicely and get it done. We've got a spotlight feature as well if we wanted to just slowly reveal things. This is really nice for presentation. This would be really great for a YouTube video if you're just wanting to blur things out before you deliver the full set of information. And of course, you can share this to anyone as well. Now let's take things up a notch and unlock the power of some real AI agents. Now, you might have heard of this tool, but you probably haven't seen all that it can do. Now, Manus it feels a bit like ChatGPT, but it's got the power of AI agents built in here. And yes, at the bottom, you can create images, slides, deep research, web pages, spreadsheets, all the stuff we have been talking about in this video so far, actually. But when you hit this more button, you can get even more options, video and audio. Of course, a lot of tools are doing that now, but you can hit this playbook button. And I love this playbook button because it gives you some templates that you can start using, which a lot of the other tools, you kind of have to work out how you're going to use them for yourself. This is everything in here. And when you scroll down, you see some good stuff, you see some average stuff. There's one in here that I really like, which is called Chrome Extension Builder. You can literally get it to build a Chrome extension for you in a few minutes just by adding your description of what you want, the display method, and how you like the interface to be styled. I've actually got an example of one I used to build Manus. I'll just pull up a random web page on my website. Actually go for the homepage here. We can actually analyze the SEO of any web page using this Chrome plugin that I built. You can see here it's giving me a score of 84, should be 100 out of 100 really. It goes through and finds title tags. We don't have a meta description, could add that quickly. It goes and looks at the technical issues or not on a page, URL structure, any links in there, and it even goes and looks at the content. So if you're looking at competitor content, you can quickly see how many words are on there, the keyword density of top keywords, like what are they using most on that page, and the readability as well of how easy the content is to read. And it took me just a few minutes to drop into Manus and start using that. So I really highly recommend this one. You can see in the chat here that I actually used, the prompt at the top was literally that. That's what built that Chrome extension. I just wanted something that can analyze SEO elements of a web page, display the results in a modern techie design, and off it went. You can see it went and started researching, creating all the files, gave me the how to install and how to use it and everything. And by the end, after a few minutes, it's actually given me everything I need, including how to use it and how to install it and the download file that I can then add into my web browser. And if you're enjoying using a lot of AI agents and automations in your work, then Comet Browser is a new web browser from Perplexity that is really turning a lot of heads. It's an agentic web browser. So that means it's got an AI assistant built into it. Plus, it actually uses Perplexity as its main search engine. So instead of when we search being left with Google results, we could say pizza restaurants in Truro, type that search in, and instead of searching Google, it's going to search within Perplexity's interface here rather than using the Google Chrome interface. You can see the search results are actually a little bit different. You get the 3 links at the top, then we get a nice local breakdown of everything, which is really cool. We can tab in and out of this assistant as well. We could also do things like going to a YouTube channel, opening up a video, and then we can use the assistant on the side on any video or any web page to actually start finding information out about whatever content is on the page. So we could just ask it to summarize this video and it'll go and do that for you. And boom, we've got a summary overview of this page, which is awesome, in like 2 seconds. We can also use its agent mode. You might have used agent mode in ChatGPT. Well, this has just got it built into your browser. We could go and ask it something like, can you find flats to rent in Newquay? And you can see it's going to go off and search and actually open a browser window and start navigating the web like an AI agent would to actually find this information and perform tasks. So you can browse the web, you can do your normal internet activity, but you can also have this AI assistant working for you, whether that's browsing the web, doing other tasks, booking things, finding information, or just giving you really neat search results and summaries as you go. I don't think it'll be long before most web browsers have this sort of feature built into it, because it just takes your productivity to a next level when you can do 2 things or 3 things at once. And if you want another 400% efficiency out of your day, check out this video here where I list another set of awesome AI tools that I'm using every day.